A great one-on-one agenda transforms meetings from a calendar obligation into meaningful, productive conversations. That's why in this video, I'm giving you a free and downloadable one-on-one meeting agenda sample plus 5 expert tips that help you run smarter, more reflective conversations. Let's dive in. Okay, so we'll walk through a simple 7-point one-on-one agenda sample. It covers the welcome, topics from direct report, review successes, review challenges, employee priorities, support needed, and closing. For each point, I'll share one smart question you can ask that drives much deeper reflection than the usual "how is it going?" Let's start with the first agenda point, the welcome. The question I suggest: how are you feeling about work this week? What's been energizing or draining? This question works best because it doesn't just ask how are you, it prompts your employee to reflect on energy level, which leads to a more nuanced check-in. The welcome leads me to tip number 1. Use a numbers-based check-in to track mood in a reliable way. For example, in the one-on-one meeting software Echometer, it uses a sentence on job satisfaction, as you can see here, and asks for agreement on a scale from 1 to 7. This gives you consistent data over time, as you can see here, which makes it easier to identify patterns. I will give you a few more tips based on the software, by the way, simply because the software takes best practices really seriously. Okay, agenda point 2, topics from direct report. Simple question to ask: what's on your mind today that you'd like to make sure we talk about? This question, right after the start of the meeting, shifts ownership of the meeting to your employee. If you ask this question in every meeting, they will learn, okay, all right, apparently I'm supposed to start the meeting. Good to know. And this question is also more empowering than just, do you have any updates? Agenda point 3, review successes. The questions I suggest: what positive feedback have you received recently? So instead of the overused what went well, this version invites employees to reflect on actual real feedback they received, a specific situation, which is less vague than just feelings. My tip number 2 for better one-on-one meetings helps to increase engagement. Let your employee co-own the agenda. If you want a more engaged one-on-one meeting, let your employee Google for questions they would like to be asked. Or alternatively, the Echometer one-on-one meeting software library has a list of smart questions, for example, on relationship building, learning to say no, role satisfaction, or psychological safety, as you can see here. Tools like Echometer make it way easier to put this tip into practice, obviously. Agenda point 4, review challenges. A smart question: what are things that are slowing you down? Asking your employee for challenges can feel too big or abstract. What's slowing you down makes it easier to pinpoint specific everyday friction. My tip number 3 can also increase meeting productivity. From time to time, change the flow. Try starting the one-on-one meeting with a visual prompt. In Echometer's one-on-one coaching library, for example, there are prompts about break habits, as you can see here, or a healthy culture of failure. These visual nudges can give your one-on-ones a whole new energy. Agenda point 5, priorities. The smart question to ask: what's currently taking up most of your time, and is it the highest value work? This question gets at a strategic alignment in a way that a question like "what are you working on?" never will. It opens space for course correction and clarifies where effort is being spent versus where it should be spent. My next tip number 4 is on a meta level. Ask for one-on-one facilitation feedback. You can either ask your employees for feedback, but they will be biased, they are your employees. So better yet, use the Echometer AI coach like you can see here. It creates a transcript and analyzes your one-on-one, shows you what you did well, and even suggests better phrasing. Here in the suggestions, it noticed, for example, that the manager gave suggestions when his employee explained why he eats alone, but instead the manager should have likely paraphrased the employee. This feature really is awesome, honestly. And the nice part, Echometer is free for up to 2 employees and just $30 per month for the whole team after that, so you should definitely try it out. Okay, agenda point 6, support needed. The question I suggest: are there meetings or processes that feel like blockers more than support? So rather than the question, do you need anything? This prompts your employee to think about specifics. And it frames support as clearing obstacles, not just handing out resources. Agenda point 7, closing. The last simple yet powerful question I suggest: is there anything you wish we talked about today but didn't? A, this is more meaningful than just anything else, which implicitly says, can I leave? And B, it creates a safe space and lets your employees bring up unspoken concerns or ideas they weren't sure they were relevant. My tip number 5 is connected with this one. Don't forget to transparently track action items or tasks you put down during your conversation. Making them transparent shows that you are taking one-on-ones and employee growth in general seriously. This, for example, is what clear and transparent task tracking looks like in the Echometer software. Alright, you can download the free one-on-one meeting agenda sample using the link below this video. And as you've seen, the Echometer one-on-one meeting software can truly level up your one-on-one meetings too. So there's a link to the software below as well. And as I said, you can use it free with up to 2 employees. But here's the thing, what if your one-on-one meetings go well, but your team's performance still isn't improving? You might be dealing with what we call a team performance leak. If you want to learn how to fix the performance leak in your team, check out the manager training playlist in our channel, and obviously subscribe now, and let's turn you into the kind of leader others respect and admire.